Let's do a book haul. BookTok is the reason why every time when I get small money, I buy a new book. And I feel like it's not sustainable, but you know what? It's okay. As long as I'm enriching my mind, I get it. That's what I'm enriching my mind. It's fine. The specific week, let me just open the box. Also, while I open this box, guys, there's a link in my bio. Click that link and invite your friends to join TikTok. I still don't understand how some people don't have this app, but yeah, those friends that don't have TikTok, the ones who when you make a TikTok joke and they don't understand, invite them to join us here on TikTok, and you can actually make money because if you invite them there and then they like the app and they stay on the app long enough or as long as possible, you can actually earn points. Yeah, and then you can actually take those points and actually exchange them for money. So I'm not saying use your friends for money, I'm just saying stay woke. all of the authors in here are female authors, so I'm really excited because it's Mbokodo month in South Africa, so this makes me really excited. Wait, let me start with the thing that has me in a chokehold right now. I am Team Jeremiah. That's all I'm gonna say. I am Team Jeremiah, and I am finally getting a chance to have the books because I want to see what is up with people who are Team Conrad, because people are like, no, oh my gosh, if you read the books, you'll become Team Connie. I'm telling you now, I'm gonna read these books. And I'm gonna come back and I'm going to tell you that I am still Team Jeremiah. This is the trilogy series, The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. And now I must, I'm gonna open it. Jenny Han is the lady that wrote the books To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I want to figure out what the hell's going on with Conrad. Is he really all of that and a bag of chips? Or thinking all that and a bag of chips? Okay, but apparently, no, they did say that they're quite short. The books are quite short. There's like 280 something pages. So hopefully I'll be able to sit this and just chew it up. Now the reason why I got these books was because right now they're on season 2 and I want to figure out who is Belly gonna choose in the end. And I personally hope she chooses Jeremiah, but deep down I know because Belly is a teenager, she's going to choose Conrad. If Belly was in her 20s, she would have chosen Jeremiah. Jeremiah is open and honest. Like he never keeps her guessing. Even in like the first day they kissed in the pool, he said, you've always been my best friend, but sometimes I wish we were more. He doesn't keep her guessing. I feel like Conrad and Madi Buseng, honestly. I can go on and on. The second book set I got is Emily Henry. And again, I have to open this again now. This particular author and BookTok, all of these, I'm a romance girl, guys. I'm a romance girly through and through. All of these books are romance books and stuff like that, because I feel like something must work out for me. Like as much as not happening for me in real life right now, at least in my books, man, So these books on BookTok, the people are divided. Like people are saying this book, Beach Read, is not that good, but the amount of people who actually gave this book a 5-star, I think it's more than the people who don't really like it. So I'm really excited to read this. And it's basically a book about this girl who loses her dad and finds out that the dad was a cheater. Imagine. And then while she's still dealing with grief, she actually goes to spend a few days at his lake house. And she's also an author. So she's trying to get over this writer's block that she has. She meets this guy who they used to be rivals in like university and stuff like that. And then they bond over the fact that they both have writer's block and wara. They challenge each other. They must basically write each other or write books in each other's genres. Because she writes romance and he writes fiction. So they're gonna swap genres and see what happens. And I feel like they fall in love and stuff like that. But I want to read what happens. And then the next one is Book Lovers, and apparently this particular book has a really strong sisterhood theme, and I really like that because I feel like we don't really see a lot of like sisterhood. It's always about girl meets guy or maybe your brother's best friend and everything, but we don't really get to see a lot of sibling love, and apparently sibling love in this particular book called Book Lovers is a big thing. Then there's You and Me on Vacation. Now, this book is about two friends, right? That made a pact for they're gonna go on vacation every year. And then one day, on one of those vacations, things happen, but they don't tell us exactly what. So it's one of those books where something happens, we don't know what happens until we know what happens, and stuff like that. And these are the UK versions of the book. There are the US versions of the book. And what's really irritating me is that in these two books particularly, there are like differences. For example, apparently this book has a completely different ending to the US one, and I feel like it's going to be the bane of my existence. Now I have to read this book and then I have to find the other ending so that I can have peace in my life. And why couldn't she just publish one book? Like, ish, Emily, I have bones to pick with you, babes. The last series that I got, again, BookTok is divided. Let's start with the fact that I'm already upset because the covers don't match. Yeah, the covers don't match. And the covers don't match. It's not the same font. Anyways, guys, I've decided, Mina, that God wants to take me to places where I'm around billionaires, because I feel like most of my book boyfriends nowadays, Alex Volkov being the number one at the top, is a millionaire. And I feel like I'm really attracted to books where there's a lot of like billionaires, gazillionaires. These men have all of the money in the world. And these three books, is it the same font, guys? Can stress? This better be the same font. It's just gonna really upset me. Anyways, these books are by Lauren Asher, and this is I'll tell you now, the Dreamland Billionaire series, right? It basically follows three brothers who've been given an inheritance by their grandfather. And he basically has tiny little clauses for each of them. So in order for them to get the inheritance, they basically have to do exactly like as they are told in order for them to claim inheritance. For example, this guy, right, he has to renovate Dreamland, which is basically like a Disneyland, right? And he ends up falling in love with the lady who he hires to help him do that, and it becomes very complicated. So for terms and conditions, this guy basically is going to be the CEO of the family's media empire, right? And his grandfather basically said in order for him to become the CEO, he has to get married and sire an heir. And that's the only way he's going to basically be the CEO of the company. The third book is Final Offer. And I think right off the bat, from reading the blurb, like on the internet, I could pick up a strong theme of like alcohol abuse, like to addiction and having to deal with addiction. And in order for him to have access to the inheritance, he has to go and basically live in a lake house, Wisteria Lake House, for like all of summer, which is like 3 months. And after that, he has to sell the house. When he arrives at the lake house, he opens the door. It's his ex from 6 years ago, and he broke her heart. So you can imagine, we see there's tension in the air and stuff like that. And then obviously he's like, Yemana, what are you doing in this house? And she's like, Nemana, my name is on the deed. So obviously now it's gonna be a problem, because isn't it he has to sell the house at the end of summer in order for him to get the inheritance. But then she's living there, so he has to convince her to sell the house that she now calls home. Also, these books, guys, like, I think what really drew me to this particular book set was the art inside. Like, I just wanted to see, in South Africa, my land, sometimes the chapters or the books, they don't look the same and stuff like that. For example, look here, chapter 50. Like the chapter dividers, like it looks like they took time. Like I really feel like that's alien nakuman. And also they give like a playlist and stuff like that. I don't think I know any of these songs. Ariana Grande, at least I know. At least I know Ariana Grande and Taylor Swift. Everybody else, I'm just like, But anyway, she gives us like a playlist. I don't necessarily read with music, because I love music so much. I literally will start like dancing and singing and leave the book alone. So I literally read in silence. But I like the fact that they kind of give us the mood for the book by giving us the playlist to the books that I got. And like, I'm super excited. Like, I can't wait to read these, and I can't wait to come and tell you that I am still Team Jeremiah. Bye.